Hello, good afternoon. Just Marks, good afternoon, 12:01 now. My name is Hwa-Jin Kim. I'm piano faculty here, and it's so nice to see you and then meet you first time. So thank you for coming, this precious lunchtime to hear me play and talk about. Today it's Mozart's day, okay? So this is not really serious lecture type of event. It's just like, a little talk and a little play. I can't even say performance. So all of a sudden you just change your mood. Okay, so, well, I feel like I have to do better. All right, so should I begin? Or it's like this morning I taught theory class, and then usually I wait until everybody is in place. Then when it's the time, there's still a couple of students not there, and it really bothers me.
Why should I be less old folks? Could you move the mic?
Oh, right.
We can't hear you.
I forgot I have this. Okay. All right. So this is my fourth series. It's very casual, supposedly relaxing, just to talk and play. Today I'm going to talk about Mozart. How many of you heard about Mozart? He's that famous. Do you have any idea what period in music history he's from? We can divide, like 5, 6 different periods in the music history. I know, Sarah, you know the answer. Okay, let's say he's from 18th century. So he's between Bach and Beethoven. Think that way. So it's 1750 is the year Bach passed away. So these years, 1750 to 1830, is associated with the death of Bach. We should associate with the birth of someone, right, instead of a death. And also death of Beethoven, 1827. So Mozart is right there. And Mozart to us is always like that prodigy, and then always giggling, laughing, that happy moment. Because have you seen his old photo of old age? It's impossible, right? Because he passed away age 35. So he didn't have much time. I don't know he knew about that. So he started learning music at age 3. Then he started composing five. I played this piece he composed when he was 5. And then he composed his first opera, opera, drama and music, age 14. Okay, so he did everything. Just in 35 years of his life, he composed more than 600 works. Okay, so I love to make analogy, to food, music and food. I've been full-time mom, so I know about food. So I will give you the signature Mozart dish. Okay. Okay. That's why it's scary to play Mozart. Did you notice that? If you miss notes, everybody knows. Such a thin textures. I just want to show you that. Anyway, so you would think, like, you know, when you compare piano music by pianists, I'm playing this music to the piano, Mozart, and why couldn't he compose like this? You know. By Chopin. So you have to think about the instrument Mozart had in his time. So Chopin is from 19th century, right? The poet of a piano. And Mozart's piano, do you have any idea how many octaves his piano had? How about how many octaves do we have now in Steinway, modern piano? 7.5, 88 keys. So International Piano Day is coming. This year, 1 day late because of its leap year, right? 88th day, look for it, it's at the end, toward the end of March. Okay, Mozart piano, only 5 octaves, F1 to F5. 5 octaves. So he did all that. Within that, of course, the piano is not only a genre, and he composed for only. He composed actually every genre, like an opera and a string quartet and a symphony and a piano concerto. In his 35 years, it's been amazing. Okay, so since we have only 45 minutes, I have to keep track of the time. Now, Mozart was. Can you imagine being Mozart's parents? Especially when you are a parent who plays music. If Mozart was my son, I'd be so scared. So age 3, okay, Mozart had a 5-year older sister. She was a really good musician and a really good fine pianist. Then she was learning by, Mozart's father, Leopold, he was also a musician, very good violinist. So he was giving, I don't know how you can teach piano when obviously they played everything that time. And I heard that Mozart, the baby Mozart, probably toddler at piano doing this. Do you know what I'm doing here? The tiny little fingers, exact thirds, right? Regardless of the quality of, a third. Then his father realized, oh, God, what have you done to me? So he knew what he had to do. And Mozart never had a formal education, but father, because education was not mandated at that time. It's a good thing. What do you think? But now we can learn to do, many ways. The genius he was. I mean, you hear stories about Mozart. Then he was 5. He composed his first piece, right? Piano piece. And his father actually took him to tour. So he actually visited all cities and countries, European countries. Mozart could speak many different languages. Do you have any idea what kind of language he could speak, that little Mozart? Italian and English and French. And his primary language would be German. So that's just really, really amazing. I played this small piece. This is the piece when he was traveling in Paris. He heard this. It's not by Mozart. He did something to make this out. So what is this? It's a French folk song that people were singing there when he was traveling. So he took that idea and made theme with the 12 variations. So are you curious? I'm not gonna play whole thing, but are you curious? Probably you know the theme is that, this is simple. actually, growing up, I'm from South Korea. I have a twinkle Korean words there. Then I thought that was, written by Korean guy. And obviously it's not. And then later, like a century later, this British person, used that lyric to make a lullaby. Twinkle. So twinkle is not the original form. So this is the title. I cannot read in French, but it says something like, Mom, only if I can tell you. That is the title. It's really, I don't know what it means. It's a secret. Okay, so that is a theme, and then he made 12 variations out of this. It's just the first one is like, by the way, isn't it so cute? Can you guess time signature? Time signature of this piece. Keep listening then. So if you say 2/4 or 4/4, you're on the track. It's a 2/4. Means you have 2 pulses per bar. 1, 2, 1, 2, then 2. You are hearing 3, 3 because he used the triplets there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It could be easily 6, 8, but then yeah. And also he have a little. And it's a lot of technical, like a Czerny style here. So Czerny, the teacher for Beethoven. We dread that exercise because if you're a pianist. So that's what's happening. But it sounds nice. And then he also does in minor key. So how would you do that? Do you think he did? Are you convinced? He didn't do this. He didn't do this. Instead, he did this. It's a pattern minor, meaning the key is a C major. No, the sharps are flat, but C minor, pattern minor. Lots of suspension, NCT. Okay, that's a minor. And also another one. The rhythmic change right there. Something like this, do that. Yeah, the syncopation. He tried the many things and the little tiny pieces. It's so pretty. And then the last variation, he changed the time signature. Can you do that? It's a 2/4, right? In the beginning, he changed it into 3/4. The last variation. It's like a. You still hear melody, but the totally different feeling, right? Rhythm. Okay, that's piece about theme and variation. Okay, now let's talk more about his genius. Okay, let me see if it's
Do you have any idea when he those variations?
Or if he was sober when he did?
No, I think so. Well, he wrote really quickly. There are a lot of letters about the Mozart wrote, and unlike Beethoven, when you see his manuscript, it's so not organized. It's kind of dirty. And then manuscript, and then Beethoven's personality, and Mozart is so neat. So when people say he already knew what to do, in his mind the process is already done. In his mind, the only thing he had to do is just writing down. How nice! That would be really nice. So that's his case. All right. When he was 14, he traveled a lot with his father too. The Paris Yeah, the French trip with his mom. Actually, his mom died during that trip. So he really loved his mom, and that was really sad. But when you listen to his music, you don't really hear that kind of tragedy. Although there are a lot of dramatic chords and it makes you cry, but not the personal feeling. I think that's also idea of that, classical period versus romantic period ideas. Okay. When he was 14, his father and Mozart visited Sistine Chapel. Have you been to Sistine Chapel in Rome? And yeah. Okay, so you have many years ahead of you. So just go, and the students, it's time to visit there, and then they listen to some music during actually Easter service. Do you want to hear that? Quickly. Okay. Here. Just a minute, I have to wake this up. Wake up. Wake up. Okay. All right. Just leave it there. Can you guess how many voices are there? Not the number of singers, but different parts. 2 choirs, 4 voices, 1 choir, 5 voices, another choir. So it's a massive, but it can be as low as 9 people because it's 9 voices, or 900 if you want. So this is what Mozart heard, but this music is by Allegri. He's from 17th century. That music they consider was the most beautiful music in the world, like most sacred music. They decide not letting one note out of the church, so you only can hear inside that church the people in the chapel. How selfish is that, right? So guess who was there among the audience? Mozart, when he was 14. So he listened, and then you know what he did? First thing he did, he came back to hotel. He rewrote everything. So that's why we have this. So basically, the music is "Have mercy on us." That's what the lyric is here. Minor. Make you feel holy. Okay, so that piece he did it. Isn't it amazing? 14, you just write down everything by hand, and then now the secret is out. Okay, so I told you he learned music when he was 3. Then 5 he composed. The first piece he composed. Do you think what instrument he used? Can you imagine what instrument he used? He loved the piano. Although, just sometimes I wonder what if Mozart had access to modern Steinway. It would change the world. Okay, so here, this one. Minuet. 5-year-old. Have you heard what people saying these days? Like, 70 is new 53. So student here, you're not even 20, right? You're barely toddler, so don't feel despair. Okay, so Mozart, you still have a lot of time. Don't worry about that. We might live to 200 years, so we can keep creating good things. Okay, I'll play another piece. Actually, I gave assignment to theory students to analyze this piece. This piece is called Butter and Bread, or Bread and Butter. Some people say it's by Mozart, but most of people maybe not, or who knows, he could create something like this too. So Bread and Butter. I'll play first, then you get the idea. AG5. but there's a pretty good chance he didn't write this, but okay. Butter on bread. That's a very cute piece, right? So it's a good glissando exercise. And also the another title, it's a waltz on one finger. You can play this piece with one finger, right hand. Okay, don't try this at home. All right, now let's go to dramatic side of Mozart. You know, when you play Mozart music, some music, I mean, this piece is just only one idea, but it's like, you know, like a Debussy, like each section changes, like change your mood so quickly. It's just that these pieces I just brought here, I'll play a little, it's better you hear first, actually. So, something like this. This is by Mozart. That's a Beethoven, yeah, Beethoven being Beethoven, right? But Beethoven had a bigger piano, better piano, more keys there, but Mozart, all these Are you depressed? You hear that chord. Okay, and then same piece, another section. Here. By Mozart. Shark. It's a many centuries apart, but where do you think they got these ideas from? So learn basic. Everything is there. When people, you know, especially when they talk about classical music, jazz music, I just say, well, just the music, just accept it as music. Don't divide it with music. It speaks to you, right? That is the section that you can hear the drama in Mozart music. Also, Mozart composed 22 operas. This is Don Giovanni Overture. is not by him. He kind of borrowed from Pink Floyd. This is, Phantom of Opera. So this guitar, this is the organ riff is actually Mr. Weber, kind of borrowed from another person. Then he goes on. Your heart, right? All this music, it's just a sonata. When you talk about sonata, especially by classical composer and Haydn, Mozart, you already know what to expect. I remember growing up in South Korea. I started piano lesson when I was 5, and I was walking back and forth. I hear this Alberti bass all the time. It looked like everybody was learning piano at that time. Then it's like a death by Alberti bass. It's so annoying. You lose interest in playing piano but Alberti bass could be really beautiful. So I keep telling my class piano one is a lot of the beginners. So why don't you play, even if it's a minor scale, make your friend cry. So after I said that, it's so cute. They're trying very hard. You cannot, after what I said, they cannot play, right? You have to think. So like a 5-finger pattern. Minor, that's what you learn, class piano beginner. Then something like this. When you have these, scale or descending chromatic scale, something like this. Mozart. It's very, very chromatic, right? He placed this chord progression, the chromaticism, many of his pieces, and also some piano pieces. Also in other piano concertos, you hear Mozart operatic style right there, something like this. It's the same piece. Descending chromatic scale right there. Okay, all right. Do you like Mozart, or from today you will love Mozart? Yeah, when you, how would you compose if you are to create piece of music, right? There is always like something, like a Beethoven case. You can start from motive, something like that, and then you can expand and making longer and then making melody out of it, a phrase. So it's like this, like if a symphony is a book, like motive. If you are a book writer, author, what would that be? Like a single notes, right? Syllables, something like that. So when you listen to or play these pieces, then it's just so wild just to think, how did it end up creating that kind of piece, right? Like for example, Mozart music is just as rich and beautiful as other composers. It's like this. When avocado was imported to US? I never seen avocado until I remember that year, 1989 in New York. Any idea when avocado was imported from Mexico? It's 1871. Anyway, so if you don't have avocado, how can you make avocado salad? Yeah, you need avocado to make guacamole. So you think about that, and the way Mozart composed, it's it's a simple ingredient, but it just tastes so good. Like it's a macaroni cheese, just, I think we did more than 3 to make a fancy macaroni and cheese, but it humbles you when you play his music. Like, okay, simple meaning, I have to check the time. So when there is music, just the 1, 5, 1. That's a 1, 5. 5. Subject, verb. It's like I sleep, right? And then you can have 1, 4, 5, like a 3. Using 3 ingredients right here. Whose birthday is today? Okay, and then out of that 3 chord progression, something like this too. Something like that. That is based on 3 ingredients. So 1, 4, 5. Isn't it amazing? Okay, now I will play this piece. I'll play in its entirety. It's called the Fantasy in D minor. It's about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so this piece has a lot of different. You will hear the mood swings here and there. Mozart. Okay. Now, I want to compare Mozart to one of his colleagues. I don't know, there's a 24 years difference. So I want to introduce Joseph Haydn to you. Have you heard of Joseph Haydn? He was 24, he was born 1732, and he had a longer life than Mozart, 1809. So when you play Haydn, I'm not here to promote Haydn's music. Haydn is equally, I mean, I don't want to say equally, but Haydn is a really great composer and musician as well. And when I play Haydn's music, I cannot stop smiling. I'm playing and I'm smiling. Okay, let me play one of his first piece, Haydn's first piece. Let me do this right here, Piano Sonata. That's his first piano sonata. You know, when we talk about Haydn, he's considered to be father of a symphony. A symphony he wrote over 105. So you probably heard the story about this piece while he was conducting this. What happened? Patron snoring. On a whim. Are you ready? Timpani and every old orchestra played that chord. Surprise symphony. Yes. This is the second movement, but the whole entire symphony is really nice. But this piece is so famous because of that story. Okay. All right. So now I'm trying something new today. The big difference between Haydn and Mozart, the beauty of the second movement, the slow movement of Mozart, it cannot be matched. Now Haydn, but it's just so beautiful. I introduce you the second movement of Mozart piano concerto. So I couldn't hire orchestra today, unless you turn into orchestra member on the stage. So I'm going to do something. It'll be fun. Hopefully that works for me. But before we get there, I just want to ask you, is there any piece? Has any piece moved you into tears? At the moment you're sad and then you're listening kind of enhances your sadness, or it's just purely, it's just so sad, you don't know why. You're feeling tragic feeling you never felt before, or something like that. And music does that. And to me, just a minute. I think it's here. There are some pieces. It's like, it's like your soul food. When you don't feel good, and then you wanna eat like a chicken soup, something like chicken noodle soup. This movement, whenever I hear and play, just it sends me this special place. I play just 10 seconds. It's just so beautiful. That's by Chopin. Okay, but Chopin already had this piano. Keep in mind. And then this Mozart, piano concerto, probably heard many times, but not knowing what that is. One of the most popular one, concerto, like this. That's Mozart. Yeah, that is also beautiful, but this piece, it's number 23. Mozart composed the 27 piano concertos. And number 23, second movement, the key signature, it already gets me. I mean, we wouldn't think much, but I'm talking about 18th century. He used F sharp minor key. So something like this. Mozart, so you play with the orchestra. As you can see, the texture is really thin and within 5 octaves, right? So if you make mistake, you're doomed. You suffer big time if you play wrong note right there. So how about now students are learning about cadences. And let me play this. What kind of cadences? I couldn't resist. And then, yeah, listen. What kind of a cadence is that? It's called the deceptive cadence. We were deceived. We thought we were going there, but going to 6, that's a deceptive cadence. So yeah, having fun deceiving people right there. Okay, next piece, that would be the last one. Let's see how it's gonna work. So I came across this website, and then it provided, it just if it works. Okay, it works. Karaoke. Okay, let's see if that works, because I have to calculate every second. Can you imagine? I don't know what's going to. I will try. I'll try. Otherwise, if I don't play the orchestra, I will look so silly. Yeah. Okay. It's the second movement of a Mozart piano concerto at number 23, K number 488. Okay. together. Oh my goodness, that's about it. All right, yeah. I think it's almost 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for coming out here. Okay, so let's enjoy music together. Thank you so much.